Good morning and welcome back. I'm reading today's affirmation from my book, My Life Gets Better Every Day. Today's May 11th, and the affirmation is, I am flexible. I'm also a little bit blind. Do you find yourself living in extremes like, I have to exercise every day, I never eat things like that, I always get to work at 7:45, I never allow my kids to do stuff like that? Although it can be uncomfortable, it's important not to have hard and fast rules that set you up for failure. It's possible to be disciplined without being rigid. Allow for the natural current of life, which ebbs and flows and changes direction, and practice adapting with an easygoing attitude. Flexibility allows you to stay the course, even when things change, you have an off day, or something unexpected crops up. There's no such thing as failure when you're tolerant and adaptable. Love, Teddy. So this one's very close to my heart. I have mentioned before that I have spent a long time recovering from eating disorders and working as an intuitive eating and body image coach. And this point about staying flexible was key to my recovery and understanding kind of like the way I could be in the world and have self-discipline without beating myself up and setting myself up for failure. And I think that's really an important point. When you approach everything in your life, like this is something that I want to do all the time, right? I want to stay on a schedule. That's all great. That's how my mind works. Believe me, I'm a left-handed Virgo. I am all about like, we're doing it this way and this is the right way to do it. But when you have those rigid ideas about how things have to go, how things have to happen, it does set you up for failure. Because if you have, life is not linear, right? Like we don't have the same experiences every day. Every day is not the same. And so when these changes crop up, or when your schedule changes, or when you're not feeling well, or like whatever crops up, and you don't do the thing that you said you were going to do every day, with this rigid rule, you feel like you've failed in some way. And when you can have this flexible attitude of like, you know what, okay, this is just what happened today. I got a little bit off track. That's fine. I'm going to pick it back up tomorrow or when I have the opportunity again, and it's no big deal. Then you can really move through your life feeling so much more relaxed and happy and optimistic about the things that are going on, rather than really overthinking it. That's what happens when you have these rigid rules and you feel like you have to stick to them no matter what. When life inevitably throws you curveballs, you're just going to feel like a failure. You're going to get off course. You're going to feel bad about yourself. And you're going to have a lot of negative thoughts come flooding in. So it's so important to always, no matter what it is, not just about exercise, but anything in your life, when changes crop up, when things happen, when things get you off the course that you've set, just allow that to be okay, right? I'm flowing down a river. I'm going with the current, and it went this way today, and I'll try to get back, I'll paddle back into the current tomorrow and get back to where I want to be. It's not a big deal. And you'll also need to remember, this is really important, that one day of change, a couple days of change, a couple weeks of change, whatever it is not your whole life. This is not the way it always has to be, right? So when you allow yourself to have these kind of anomalies in your life where things aren't going the way that you want or expected them to, or, all these wrenches get thrown into your plans, it's okay to remember that like, that's just the way things are. And it doesn't have to be that way forever. This is what's happening right now. That's been a very helpful thought for me to have. This is just what's happening right now, but it doesn't have to be the truth for me tomorrow or the next day or the next week or the next month or whatever it is. So try to stay flexible today, adapt to the circumstances of your life. Don't beat yourself up for getting off track or having to change course when stuff comes up. And just remember that, this is a marathon, not a sprint, right? Like the changes that you're trying to make and the things that you're trying to do in your life are for the long term. So approach it with that attitude. Like, okay, today, wasn't great. Tomorrow, maybe this week, I can't do it, but I'm going to get back on track and I'm going to stay the course for the next years, right? That's how you have to give yourself that flexibility and adaptability in order to do it for the long term. So I hope that's helpful for you, and I'll be back tomorrow with your next affirmation.